Hi, within this section, we're going to show you how to work with Kali Linux. As you can see now, I have two virtual machines here. I have deleted the others because we're going to need to work with Kali Linux and Windows from this point on. Later on within this course, we're going to install the other machines as well when we are going to need them. Okay? So click start and open your Kali Linux, and you may want to close this down and say root for your username and say tour for your password. Later on we're going to see how to change that as well, don't worry. After you open the Kali Linux, you may want to just maximize this window and make it into full screen. You can say go to full screen from here or click maximizing icon from your desktop. So here we have our desktop in Kali Linux. As you can see, this is our desktop. We may put some files or folders if we want. And here in the left pane, you can see some applications, some files and folders. As you can see, the first one is the Firefox. This is the browser when we use to go browse the internet or when we want to go to another website. Okay? And we're going to test our internet connection later on. But for right now, you can just close this and say close tabs. Here we have the terminal, and we're going to use that a lot, and we're going to see how to use it in the next lecture. If you click on files, you may want to browse the files and folders in your computer, in your Kali Linux. You may want to go to the desktop. You can go to the documents like we did before. If you download something, you can go from here to the music or pictures. You may want to go to documents downloads from left pane as well. So this is standard folders and files application in Kali Linux. I think you're used to this from Windows and from Mac OS as well. So nothing strange in here, just files and folders. And also in the left pane, we have other applications as well. Like we have Metasploit framework. So these are some tools that we use for penetration testing, some hacker tools to penetrate into other systems. And we're going to see how to use that in the following sections. Okay, right now we are not interested in any of this. So just know that this is kind of a pain that gives you some desktop icons. If you click on them, it will open the related application for you. For example, this is LiftPath. This is something like a text editor. You can click on it and just write some text notes and save it as a text pad or notepad in your own computer. If you click on here, show applications, it will pop up a window to search for applications and browse the other applications that doesn't show up here. And you may reach those applications from here as well. As you can see, these are categorized into categories like information gathering, vulnerability analysis. So these are the tools that I was telling you all about when I say the Kali Linux comes pre-installed with a lot of tools for penetration testing. For example, we have Nmap in here. We're going to use it later on. For example, we have some wireless attacks like Aircrack-ng, and we're going to see how to use many of them later on in the course. And we can reach them from here in this menu. By the way, even though we have those menus in here, we're mainly going to use the terminal rather than these graphical user interfaces here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't worry. I'm just going to show you the overview of Kali Linux in this lecture. In places, you may see home desktop downloads again, like we seen in the files application. Here we have workspaces, and this allows you to work within many workspaces. Like if you open something like documents or files or folders in here, we are now in a workspace. Now if you click on workspace 2, it will create another workspace which has nothing on them. Okay, if you click on workspace 1, it will take you back to the current state in your first workspace. We're not gonna use this very much. It's something like show the desktop in Windows, but it's useful sometimes when you work with many files, folders, or terminals simultaneously. Okay, so you may want to just click close in here. Now we are okay to go. If you click here, it will open the settings for you, and as you can see, we have the volume here. Okay, you may want to increase or decrease the volume from here. Now it says wired connected because now we are connected to the internet through NAT network, and it's kind of a wired connection to our host machine. As I said before, NAT network provides us the internet connection through our host machine, and it acts like a wired connection. So think of it like that. You're connecting your Kali Linux with your host machine, with your own machine, with a wire. So we have our account here, root account, and you may want to change the settings from here. You may want to click on this, okay, settings button, and it will open all the settings for you. So maybe you may want to change the keyboard or language from here, or you may want to customize the way you work, like the background or the notifications or the account, mouse and touchpad. Like this is a standard settings pane in our operating system. So I believe this is now done. Let me test my internet connection from Firefox. Let's open the Firefox and try to go to google.com. Okay, just open this and type google.com. Okay, w.google.com, and if it's connected, then it means that you did NAT network thing right. So let's stop here, and within the next lecture we're going to see how to use commands within Linux terminal.